Hello, it's great to have so many of you here today to join us for the conference. I'd like to introduce Pete Edmonds from Boundless. Boundless are our presenting partner for the conference this year, and we are delighted to have their support. Pete is going to talk to you about holistic wellbeing with Boundless. Enjoy.
Hi, it's really good to meet you. My name is Pete Edmonds. I work for Boundless. I'm really happy to be here today. And I'm going to talk to you about some ways to well-being, and that means looking after yourself. Whilst we're talking about ways to well-being, we're going to look at some of the ways that being a Boundless member can help you with that. And I'm just going to guide you through some ways that you can make yourself feel better, look after yourself, and look after your loved ones. And most importantly, do all of those things without breaking the bank too. So just a little bit of background about both myself and also Boundless as an organisation. So I'm really proud to have been a public servant for quite a long time in my working career. I was a school teacher for 20 years before moving in towards Boundless. So I know that working in the public sector is both a really challenging and really rewarding job. My wife is still a teacher. My father was a civil servant. My dad was a nurse. Sorry, my mother was a nurse rather. So I'm well versed in how important public sector jobs are and what a huge service you do for our country. So firstly, I'd like to say thank you for that as well. Secondly, I'd like to mention just a few things about Boundless as well. You might have heard of us as an organisation in our previous iteration where we were called the Civil Service Motoring Association up until about a decade ago, at which point we became Boundless. Our mission is still very much the same though, and that's to help people who work in the public sector or the civil service to enjoy a richer, fuller time in their free time. And that's our promise, is to supply ideas, opportunities, experience to make life better for our members, for people who work in the public sector and the civil service. And we've been doing this for 100 years as well. Personally, I know how important well-being is. Before leaving teaching, I had quite a rocky time with my own mental health. And I kind of been on a journey since then to look after myself. So when I speak about this, it really comes from a very personal and heartfelt place, because I've experienced not being in great mental health, and not being great in terms of well-being. So I deliver this as someone who's experienced that, who knows about the public sector and some of the challenges around that. And I've used the NHS and their 5 platforms and pillars of looking after oneself as a sort of starting point to improve one's well-being and look after yourself. So as I mentioned, all of this is based on the NHS guide, which is called 5 Ways to Mental Wellbeing. It's up to date. I think it's from 2024. It's all evidence-based. So all of it is backed by science, and it's supported by very well-known organizations such as Mind and the World Health Organization as well. And so you're probably thinking, okay, that's a bit about the backstory to it, but what exactly is, or what exactly are the 5 ways to mental well-being? Well, firstly, it's about connecting with other people. Secondly, it's about being physically active. Thirdly, it's about learning new skills. Fourthly, it's about giving back to others and helping out in your community and helping your loved ones. And then finally, it's about being in the moment. Now, these might not seem like radical ideas, but they are the real cornerstones of looking after one's well-being, mental health, physical health, and a kind of holistic sense of well-being as well. So it's really important. And I'll just go over those again. So number 1, connecting with other people. Number 2, being physically active. Number 3, learning new skills. Number 4, giving back to others. And number 5, being in the moment. And what we're going to attempt to do with today's session is look at those in a little bit more detail, and then think about how, if you become a Boundless member, you're able to leverage and enjoy and appreciate Boundless membership to help you with those 5 pillars of ways to mental well-being. So number 1, which is connecting with people, is really, really important. And going back to what the NHS says about this, they mention the fact that good relationships are centrally important for people and their mental well-being, because they can help you build a sense of belonging and self-worth. They can give you the opportunity to share positive experiences, and sometimes maybe not even positive experiences, but things that you're struggling with others. And finally, they provide emotional support and allow you to support others as well. And we are social creatures. We know that we need each other. I think if anything the pandemic taught us, it was the need for community and the need to be able to communicate, relate, and spend time with other people. And I think that was something that we really starkly missed as a society. And I think it's really obvious and evident that as a people, we need to connect with others. So Boundless are really proud to be able to offer the opportunity to do that. So as a membership organization, we have 150,000 members, lots of whom will come from similar backgrounds, certainly working in the public sector or the civil service. And there's a huge social network for you to be able to step into there as well. So with 150,000 members, we've also got groups up and down the whole of the UK as well. So there are groups that you can go along to face to face, but there's also opportunities where you can meet people online as well. So some of the things that we do as a social club are to offer member days where people can go along and you can spend time with your family, with loved ones. And you can go to places such as Alton Towers, Chessington, Bristol Zoo. In fact, this weekend I was at Chessington with my family and we went along there, and it was brilliant to see loads of other Boundless members out and having a really, really good time with their families. And one of the things that my wife always says to me about being a parent is, you've got to, she says, Pete, you've got to supply those core memories. You've got to make sure that your family, your kids have a really good time when they're growing up, because it shapes them for who they are when they're older. And it was great to be at Chessington this weekend and seeing so many people take an opportunity to go out, spend time with their loved ones, and also take advantage of the member day, which meant that the tickets were only, I think, £15 per person, and not the full rate of going to Chessington, which I did have to pay when I took my son for his birthday last April. And I think it cost about £160, £170 to go to Chessington. But this time we were all able to go as a family for more like £50 or £60. So that was a fantastic day out. And again, creating those core memories, having a really good time in your free time, and experiencing joy and fun with the people that you care about. And that really goes to the heart of what we offer at Boundless. We also, as I mentioned before, have lots of community and social groups up and down the country. So I think we've got something like 15 to 20 groups up and down the UK. You can either go along and meet people, go for a walk, grab a bite to eat, and just have a sort of chat and a natter and an informal meetup. Or there are other groups which are a little bit more focused on things like camping and caravanning. We've got a karting group, we've got a motorbike group. So there's lots that you can do, and it doesn't have to be face to face. We also have lots of events online where people can meet up. And we've got a really, really great reading group, in fact, which people use. And I think they meet up on a weeknight and talk about once a month the books that they've been reading. So that's something that we're really, really proud to offer. And again, it goes back to our heritage as a social group, a social organisation for the public sector, whose aim is to bring people together so they can share experiences and good times, and make sure that those really important social cohesive opportunities are presented to them as well. And the second thing that the NHS advises people to do in terms of your holistic well-being is to be physically active. So I know that that's really important. And the NHS are very explicit about why that is. They say that physical activity helps raise your self-esteem, makes you feel better about yourself. It shows that you can achieve goals and rise to challenges that you set them. And most importantly, I think it also creates chemical changes in your brain that helps increase serotonin and cortisone, which means that you feel better during exercise and after it as well. So being physically active is really, really important. And then it goes to, well, what can you do if you're a Boundless member that will help with your physical activity? Well, we're a very active organization. There's lots of opportunities to go out and explore nature and go out and about for free. And as a Boundless member, you get free unlimited access to Kew Gardens and Wakehurst Place in West Sussex. You get free unlimited entry to all of the WWT sites, which are the Wildlife and Wetland Trust sites up and down the UK. You can also use your Kids Pass discounts to go out and about and lots of different places using Kids Pass. And then finally, you can use your Taste Card and Coffee Club savings. So all of those things come free as part of Boundless or Boundless Plus membership as well. Boundless Plus, which is the slightly more expensive membership option that we have. I should mention that Boundless to join is £40 a year and Boundless Plus is 68. Boundless Plus gives you even more opportunities to be physically active. And I think one of the most important things that we have as one of our offers is access to the Royal Historic Palace palaces in London. So you can go to the Tower of London, Hampton Court, Kensington Palace. You can spend some time there and it won't cost you anything. And in fact, you can take other people with you for free and that won't cost anything either. We've also got, with Boundless Plus, National Trust membership for Scotland. So you can go along, and Scotland's got some of the most beautiful countryside in the whole world. You can spend some time there and make the most of that. And then finally, we're also, if you're a Boundless Plus member, really, really proud to be able to offer you membership to the Ramblers Association as well. So you can go on guided walks with them. You have access to 50,000 different walks that you can do, and a whole catalogue and library of resources from the oldest and most well-known walking organisation in the world as well. So some really good opportunities, both with Boundless and Boundless Plus, to get out there and to get physical, and to make sure that you're increasing your holistic well-being by doing physical activities, hopefully with other people. But even if sometimes it's just nice to go out for a little walk by yourself, enjoy the countryside, enjoy the natural world, and find that inner sense of peace that doing things like that really offers. And then thirdly, and I think this is really important, that the NHS suggests that one of the ways to improve your well-being is by doing new things and learning new skills as well. So research shows that learning new skills can improve your mental well-being by giving you a boost in self-confidence and raising your self-esteem, showing you that you can do new things, helping you to create a sense of purpose, and show your mind to it. You can raise up to challenges, and also connecting with other people as well. So often when we go out and learn new skills, one of the nicest things about doing that is doing it with other people as well. So you can kind of really find a shared sense of purpose and connection with other people while you're learning new skills. And Boundless as an organization has a whole range of different ways that you can go out and learn new skills. So each Tuesday, we have an online event, and you can drop into those. And you can drop into those, in fact, if you're a Boundless member or not, because you have free access to those, just to have a little sample of what Boundless offers. And that's every Tuesday evening. And there's a huge range of events there, from expert speakers who might teach you how to cook the perfect barbecue, who might give you the backstory and the history of the Tower of London, or even tell you about their working life. So we've had captains of submarines, and also someone who is the director of London Zoo, talking about what they do, and the experiences that they've had. So a whole range of different things that you can get involved with there as part of our online events. That's really, really important. And just moving on to point 4 as well, research shows that giving and acts of kindness and being philanthropic can help improve your mental well-being really drastically as well. So the idea of not just thinking about yourself, but going out and helping others, is something that the NHS really hold a lot of stock by, in terms of making us feel better and making us feel like we're giving something back to other people. And in turn, that creates really positive feelings, and makes ourselves feel like we're gratified with what we've done, creates our own sense of reward. It gives you a really strong feeling of purpose and self-worth. And it helps you again to connect with other people there too. So being philanthropic, helping out other people, and being embedded in the communities where you help other people is really, really important. And again, we think at Boundless that there's lots of opportunities to be able to offer that. Not least our volunteer network, which is really well established and quite significant in terms of size, means that you can help other people. And it could be that you just help other people in small scale events, welcoming new people, for example, to the regional Boundless clubs. Or it could be that you help out at things like camping and caravanning, car rallies, or social breaks, where you might go away with people from Boundless for a period of time as well. So we have a really talented community of volunteers who help out other people, who really enjoy doing it. And if you do become a Boundless member, that's something that we'd really welcome you to experience, and hopefully would really benefit from in the way that the NHS suggests. We also are really proud to be an outward looking organisation. We give lots of money to charity that is raised generally through our lottery. So people pay, and then they can win. I think it's quite a significant amount of money as they play our charitable lottery. And so we are able to gather a good amount of income from those. And then we donate them to lots of different organisations, but we have one that we kind of primarily focus on. And obviously, it's the Charity for Civil Servants, who we're really proud to work with as well. So the money that comes from the lottery, it helps us to donate thousands of pounds every year. And we're able to donate £10, in fact, to the charity for civil servants for every new member who joins us. So that's really, really important. And I think if you sign up today with Boundless, we're able to enact that, and we're actually able to donate £10 towards the charity for civil servants as well. So just by joining up, just by becoming a member of Boundless, not only are you looking after yourself, not only are you saving lots of money, but you're also giving back to, I think, one of the most important charities for civil servants, who really know how to look after civil servants, and how to service their members and make sure that they're being looked after, if times are a little bit challenging for them as well. So that's two clear ways of doing it. So you can help through our volunteer networks. You can help through donating to the Boundless Foundation, which helps other charitable organisations. And also just by signing up today, which hopefully you will do, it allows us to make a £10 donation to the charity for civil servants as well. So I think a really, really important way of demonstrating that philanthropy and helping other people is by joining Boundless and exploring some of the opportunities of giving back to other people as well. And then moving towards the last couple of reasons that you should think about looking after yourself and how you can do that. Paying attention to the present moment, and being, I suppose, mindful of the things that you're doing in your life. So the NHS suggests that paying attention to the moment you're in can greatly improve your mental well-being. So I guess it comes as no surprise that mindfulness and being aware and being present and in the moment is something that can really help with your mental and physical well-being as well. Yeah, it's often referred to as mindfulness, and it's proven that that can help you enjoy your life more, understand yourself better. I guess if you take time out to reflect on your thoughts and feelings, that will help with self-knowledge, positively change the way you think about life, and help you approach challenges as well. So mindfulness, I guess, is a kind of an old practice really that goes back to kind of Buddhism and meditation and thinking about oneself whilst being present in the moment. And that's something that we think can be helped by Boundless membership as well. So being in the moment with Boundless will allow you to go to lots of different places. I think I've mentioned them previously. So WWT sites, Wakehurst Place, Kew Gardens, where you can get away from it all. You can sit, enjoy the beautiful locations that you're in, and just kind of have a moment of peace and clarity and mindfulness. We also say that we've got lots of opportunities to learn something new. So you can go along, you can increase your knowledge, but you can also kind of sit in the tide of history and let that flow over you, and again lose yourself in the present moment. And then again, finally, we've got lots of different places where you can go, and you can take your family and your loved ones with you, and enjoy special time together as well. So we've got lots of beautiful places where you can go that you can access for free without breaking the bank, and really be in the present moment, and either sit there in the kind of tides of history, or in the beauty of the natural world, and enjoy just a little bit of time out of time. And there's lots more as well. We've got massive amounts of savings with some really great well-known brands, but also we've got some holiday properties which we own. So Whitemead, which is in South Wales in the Forest of Dean, is beautiful, and is at an affordable price point, but you can also get 20% discount as a Boundless member, and that's all year through, whether you are whether you're on school holidays or not. It's the same discount if you're a Boundless member. And you've also got holidays in the Cotswolds, which you can go to as well. And we've got some cottages there. In fact, we just bought some more. And again, really, really beautiful places in the countryside, where you can enjoy a little bit of a quiet break, away from maybe the hustle and bustle of city life, and really kind of find a bit of inner zen and mindfulness as you go to those two destinations. So Whitemead in the Forest of Dean and our cottages in Cotswolds. And alongside that, we've got loads of really, really good partnerships with travel companies, with shops and services that will be more than happy to help you as you maybe go on holiday or spend time with your loved ones more generally too. So just to recap and go back over those 5 NHS points of wellbeing, the 5 pillars of wellbeing as they're known. Well, what are they? So firstly and foremost, connecting with people. Secondly, being physically active. Thirdly, learning new skills. Fourthly, giving to others and being philanthropic. And then finally, being in the moment. So there's lots of wonderful ways that you can do that. And I hope that by reflecting on what Boundless membership can give you, you'll see that we can provide, I suppose, opportunities, and certainly opportunities where you can do all of these things without breaking the bank. And that's something that we would like to offer to all of our members as well. So definitely something to think about there. As you can see here, in the second point down, you can start your wellbeing journey today. And if you use the link there, we'll be able to donate £10 to you for the charity for civil servants as a new member. Anyone who signs up during the wellbeing week means that the charity for civil servants will get £10. And also there's some more links there if you want to check out the NHS guide for yourself, and the 5 ways to mental wellbeing, and have a look at that in a little bit more detail. We've got the link there as well. And finally, and I think this is really important, something that we've mentioned probably previously, but just being kind to yourself. If you're doing a stressful job, if you're finding things are a bit of a struggle, just allowing yourself to take that deep breath and to be kind to yourself and passing on that kindness to other people that you work with, we think is really, really important. So hopefully today you've had 2 things, which is a little bit of an introduction to some straightforward but really, really useful and productive ways of looking after yourself. So firstly, and most importantly, that's, I hope, something that you've got from the session today. And secondly, looking back at Boundless membership and Boundless Plus membership and seeing how both of those things can supply the opportunity to connect with people, to be physically active, to learn new skills, to give to others, and also to be in the moment as well. So lots and lots of really good opportunities there. If you want to get in contact with us, if you have any questions at all, there's just a few ways of doing that there. So at the top, you can see you've got the Boundless webpage. So you're always welcome to have a look there and look at some of the things that we offer our members. You've also got the info at Boundless, which is our customer services team, who'll be able to answer any questions you've got. We've got a phone number that you can use there, which is 0800 66 99 44. We're on Facebook, Insta, and LinkedIn as well. So lots of different avenues to be able to reach out to us if you do have any questions, or if you'd like to find out any more about Boundless or Boundless Plus membership. Please do reach out, and we'd love to hear from you. So that just about wraps it up. I hope you've got something from the session today. As I said, most importantly, in this really key week, it's about you reflecting on your well-being and how to do that and how to look after yourself. Looking after your well-being and the well-being of those that you love and those that are closest to you is vitally important. So I hope our session has been useful in doing that today. And secondly, of course, I hope that it's been useful in shining a bit of light on Boundless and showing that as an organisation, we really take our members' well-being very seriously, and we do everything we can to add value to our members' lives, so they can go out and enjoy their free time without breaking the bank. And hopefully, while doing that, ticking off some of those ways to well-being that the NHS have outlined there today as well. So thanks for joining. My name is Pete Edmonds at Boundless, and if you do have any questions, it'd be great to hear from you. And we'd encourage you to join up and make the most of the opportunity that we can offer by making a £10 donation to the charity for civil servants as well. So thanks for listening today. If there's any questions, you can pop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer those. But thank you for being our audience, and have a great rest of the week.
Hi Pete, that was great. Thank you for all the info there. That was very much appreciated.
No worries.
We've got some questions that people would like to hear the answers to. So the first question that we've got is, what's the difference in benefits between Boundless and CSSC, please?
Oh, thanks, Steve. Yeah, good to be here as well. Thanks for listening. I appreciate that. We've got quite a lot in common as the answer to that. They're both really great organisations, share a lot of DNA, both about looking after civil servants. There's lots of people who are members of both. In fact, I suppose the key difference there would be they're a bit more about organised sport. So they have lots of clubs that people can go along to, and they have lots of gym membership as well. where we're a bit more relaxed, we're a bit more chilled out. So we're maybe more about going to the cinema and saving money with Kids Pass or Cinema Society, or going along to Royal Historic Palaces or Q. So I guess the kind of answer to that is that they're more about organised sport. And we're maybe a little bit more about sort of more relaxed leisure activities as well. So yeah, both great organisations, and as I say, there's lots of people who find that they benefit from being members of both of them. So there's no kind of animosity between us at all. I think we both work really, really hard to look after our members, and I think yeah, there's a lot of shared DNA between us as organisations there.
Yeah, and I think you said the properties as well. The properties was something that was a bit of a point of difference
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that's something that we're really proud of, because we've been going for 100 years. We've been able to buy some properties. So we've got a hotel in Bournemouth. We've got some really, really beautiful, very popular cottages in the Cotswolds. And we've also got a leisure park in South Wales, in the Forest of Dean. So yeah, and those are brilliant. They're always really popular with our members. They're quite affordable, because the idea is to have them as a kind of affordable price point. But if you are a Boundless member, you get 20% off as well. So it's a really affordable option as a staycation. And we keep coming back to this all the time as a family and at work. You know, the cost of living, whatever you want to call it, situation, crisis, context, kind of rumbles on. And I think, you know, one of the big challenges we have as a society is to do things without breaking the bank and without being shocked by the price of the bill. And I think that we can offer these places to go for a staycation to our members, who then get a 20% discount as well, on top of the price point being quite affordable. And it's something that's really, really popular. I mean, you know, the place in the cottages in the Cotswolds was so popular that we bought a few more of them to add to the portfolio. And we've got a huge membership around the Forest of Dean, because Whitemead, which is the leisure park, is so popular that people use it all the time as families. So they go along. It's got an indoor swimming pool. It's got really good crazy golf. It's got beautiful camping and glamping pods and log cabins and a lake. So it's a really amazing place. I have to be really careful, because I don't want to get done for copyright. But someone did say to me when I was at Civil Service Live in Wales that it's kind of like the Welsh centre parks. So again, you know, don't see me for saying that, but it's really, really popular, and again, affordable price point. So what we hope is that our members can go along there and just enjoy a long weekend with their family, or go along to the hotel in Bournemouth and do the same, or hire a cottage. And just spend a bit of quality time with their loved ones, because that's what we're all about. And I guess the thing that we are trying to help with is that cost of living, and it's whether it's going to the cinema or going out for a bite to eat or getting a coffee, those small things that everyone should be able to do because they add to the quality of your life. We want to try and make that as affordable as possible. But, you know, that said, we don't have a magic wand, but we do have a toolkit of savings. So, you know, we've got taste cards, so you can go out and you can half the price of your bill if you go out for a meal, 25% off your coffee if you use Coffee Club. Yeah, cinema tickets cost sort of £4 or £5 for an adult and £3-4 for kids. So it's those things that mean that at evenings and weekends, we want our members to be able to go out and actually enjoy their free time. And it's that toolkit that we offer. I think that's so important as to what we do as an organisation. So yeah, sorry, I went off a point a bit.
It's all right. It's all right. It's perfectly fine. I'm
Yeah.
just sat here thinking about cinema tickets and then thinking, yeah, but I probably spend all that on popcorn, the savings.
Well, yeah, I say that you can get savings of popcorn as well. So
Oh, excellent.
the Cinema Society savings is brilliant, and Kids Pass too. So yeah, it really helps bring the cost of it down. I'm going to say something controversial here, because I know people debate this, but we as a family always take our own sweets. I don't know if
I think
that's
most of us do that nowadays. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said
Um,
that, but yeah, that's how we do it.
Going back to the properties and the holiday places, Pete. The question that we have is: do any of the holiday places have disabled facilities?
Yeah, I want to be totally honest about this. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure they do, but I don't want to say anything that I'm not 100% able to verify. But I will come back and I can find that information out easily. I've been to the hotel in Bournemouth, and that seemed to be like very accessible. I think there wouldn't be any issues there. And I think the same is true for Whitemead. The only one I would like to check and just be 100% on is the cottages in Cotswolds, just
Sure.
because they're quite old buildings.
Yep.
And sometimes with older buildings, they don't necessarily have the accessibility that one would hope for. But yeah, I will definitely come. I'll go and have a fact check and find out about that and come back and answer that if that's okay.
Okay, no
But
problem.
I'm pretty sure that Whitemead and the hotel in Bournemouth are both fine. And I shall find out about the cottages.
Fab, thank you. The next question we have is, does Boundless membership offer overseas, particularly European holidays?
Yeah, 100% it does. Some really good savings actually, with ferry companies. So Brittany Ferries, Isle of Wight Ferries, but also some really good discounts with Eurocamp, who we've worked with for a long time. So there's some great savings there. So if you combine ferry savings with the Eurocamp savings, there's some really good discounts to be had for a European holiday there as well. And we have some really great savings on cruises as well, European cruises and cruises further afield as well. But we've got some really strong partner organisations that we've worked with for a long time, so that they know who our members are, and they're really, really good and effective at finding them great savings, particularly like the Eurocamp savings. Some of them are really, really competitive. So yeah, there are some good European holiday savings there.
I know one of my colleagues will be interested in the Eurocamp ones. So yes, anyway, not making it too personal, we have a comment here from the audience. It says, I have been a member of Boundless last 42 years. So
wow,
thank you for that. I use it to link into LV motor insurance. However, I don't use Kids Pass or Taste Card, and there are no free sites where I am. Is there, or could there be a cheaper membership without those?
Well, firstly, to speak to that, thank you so much for being a member for 42 years. That's amazing. We really value your membership and your loyalty to us. That's great. And I'm glad that you're getting value through LV. That's really good to hear. Yeah, I take your point on board. Yeah, I mean, I would maybe suggest phoning up our customer services team and just having a chat and seeing if there are any places near you for Taste Card, because it does have a pretty good national reach. But I do take that on board if it maybe doesn't apply to you. If you live somewhere, for example, where there aren't a lot of chain restaurants, or it's a bit more independent in terms of the food and drink offering. So yeah, maybe give our customer services team a call. It is something we're exploring as a possibility. I can't say much more than that, but we are looking at a kind of stripped down version of Boundless that offers some things and doesn't offer any others for slightly reduced cost. But that is at the moment at the kind of thought stage and sort of being kicked around as an idea. But I do take it as a legitimate point. But yeah, maybe give the customer services team a call and see if there's any ways they can help you with your maximizing the use of like Taste Card and the other apps that you get as part of that.
Fab, thank you. The next question I have is, can a solo person join Boundless and attend their events without a family member or friend? How does this work when others may have friends and family to bring along?
Yeah, of course, you're more than welcome. Yeah, so I go back to the point that for 100 years we've been doing our best to bring people together. So the idea that that you wouldn't come along if it's just you, I hope wouldn't really stand up, because we'd love to have you to come along. And part of what we do is getting people to meet, and there is a really big important social aspect and social function to what we do. So please do come along, and no, you don't have to bring anyone else with you. And in fact, it's quite worth having a look at some of our holidays, which are for Boundless members, because lots of people do go along on their own, and they use it as a really good opportunity to meet new people. So that's probably something that's really worth thinking about. And we do have lots of, as I mentioned in the video, lots of membership groups up and down the country that you can go along to and meet new people. And so I think it's something to be encouraged. If you're looking to meet new people, there's lots of opportunities for that. I'll give a good example. My mum is a Boundless member, and she got really into the gardening group, and they were doing a grow along for sunflowers over the summer, and she got a bit obsessed by it. She was on their Facebook page all the time measuring a sunflower like twice a day and being quite competitive. But she met some people as she was doing that, and she chats to them online now, which is great. I mean, she's 85. So the fact that that was her kind of way into, chatting to people, chatting to people online, it's crazy that an 85-year-old would be doing that. But that was her introduction, was kind of via the I guess it's the gardening club and the gardening competition. I think she was a bit gutted that she didn't win, and was saying to me, "I think some of them are cheating." So it was quite good. It was good to see her so animated. But it's things like that kind of make it worth doing what we do, because it brings people together and it adds a bit of joy and a bit of value to their lives, and that's what we're all about, really, as an organisation. So yeah.
Excellent. The next one we have is the National Trust for Scotland membership included in Boundless Plus equivalent to the NTS 2-adult family membership? That costs a lot more per year, and Boundless Plus costs £68 per year. So it would be a huge saving. I'm not sure I've got the maths right, this person says.
Yeah, it is equivalent to that, and it's a bit of a bargain, actually. And I mean, there's some, if you look at Boundless Plus membership, there's some really good stuff in there. And I didn't evidence this maybe financially, because that wasn't the thrust of the video, but you can go along to the Tower of London, and it would cost 150 quid for a family of 4 to go. 155, I think it is. I know, because I paid that. But you can take your whole family for free. And yeah, that is true with the NTS. That's how much it costs. So it's a really good deal. If you're thinking of going to the National Trust sites in Scotland, I would suggest that looking at Boundless Plus is a really economical way of doing that. So yeah, plus all the other stuff you get in there as well. So a couple of visits to National Trust Scotland sites, and pop out to the cinema, and and half price at Prezzo, and you're more than quids in. And lots of people who join Boundless say that it took me a weekend to make my money back, because they went to Kew, took the family to Kew, went out for a pizza, and after that, everything else they do on it is quids in. So yeah, I think that's definitely worth looking at, because it is a really good deal. There's a lot in Boundless Plus. Sorry, yes. Next question.
Excellent. Well done, Pete. Next one we have is, could you remind us of the membership costs and the difference, please?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So please do join. Like I say, today's a really good day to join, because we can go donate £10 to charity for civil servants, which is really, really important. We can do that today if you sign up. So great time to sign up. But it's Boundless is a membership standard. It's £40 a year to join. You got loads of other stuff. You get all the savings for like Eurocamp, the ferries, loads of shops, so Marks and Spencer's, Asda as well. But the kind of core proposition, if you like, is free entry to Kew, WWT sites up and down the country, Taste Card, and Common Brain, Keep Up With Me, and Kids Pass as well. So you get all of that for £40 a year, plus all the discounts on the leisure properties as well, and access to all the Tuesday night online talks, the member days, a huge range of things. But Boundless Plus is £68 a year, so you get everything that you get with Boundless for £40 a year. But you get on top of that, so you get membership of the Ramblers, you get family access to the National Trust sites in Scotland, of which there are quite a few. You get the Royal Historic Palaces as well, so you can go to any one of those. You can take another adult and 2 children, and it's completely free. So that means you can go to the Tower of London, Kensington, Kew, or Hampton Court Palace as well, which I'm really keen to go to, because I think that sounds like a fantastic one. We haven't been there yet as a family, so that's lined up for half term. We're going to go and check out Henry VIII's old hunting lodge, Hampton Court. So yeah, so that's the difference. But one of the great things about talking about Boundless is there's so much in the offer that sometimes we don't even get a chance to talk about all of it, because it's what we offer is quite vast. Everything from shop savings through to cinema tickets, to holiday discounts, savings on cruises, and our own holiday properties as well. There's a huge amount to unpack, and I just really recommend having a good hard look at it, and thinking, is this going to tick boxes in my lifestyle that's going to save me money? And I genuinely go back to those points from the NHS. Is it going to help me with my well-being? I mean, is it going to encourage me to go out and do new things? Is it going to encourage me to meet other people? Is it going to encourage me to learn new things? And I think it really does act as quite a powerful tool in enabling those things. So yeah, definitely go and have a look at the website, see what ticks your boxes, what you might end up doing. Have a look at the member days, have a look at the online events, and yeah, have a good sort of investigate, and then hopefully realize, yeah, it's gonna add value. I'm gonna make a donation to charity for civil servants as well too. Yeah,
thank you.
good question.
The next thing we have is, how often do you get new activities or places to visit or deals?
Yeah, so quite often. So we have quite regular email updates about things that are going on. So we do that at least 4 times a year. We have new offers coming up on a seasonal basis. So stuff that's coming up for Christmas is obviously the big focus now, and like light trails and Halloween stuff. So we do a kind of seasonal update. So we have a weekly email where we let people know what's going on near where they are. But we also do kind of seasonal promotions as well, and we try and look at what's popular and do more of that. So, for example, the member days proved to be really popular. People loved it. They loved getting a
Mhm.
ticket for £10 and going to Chessington or Alton Towers or Drayton Manor. So we've done more of those, and in 2026 we've got I think double the amount of events happening. So yeah, there's lots going on. So definitely worth looking at the website and see what's going on near you.
Okay, fab. The next question we have is, are most national trusts included in the UK, or will they possibly be added at some time?
Yeah, we'd love to have the National Trust. They're a fantastic organisation, but they're so big and powerful. They don't, to be honest, National Trust in England don't need to do any kind of partnerships with anyone else. So yeah, whilst we'd love to partner with them, I'm not sure that's going to happen. But you and previously you can't anymore, but you could have the National Trust for Scotland and then use that in the UK. In England, I will just emphasise you can't now do that because
No.
a certain money saving expert, shall we say, pointed that out, yeah, and that caused the kind of loophole to be tightened. So sadly, that's
Okay.
not the case anymore. But there are loads of places in Scotland where you can go and you can visit. So there's really, really good opportunity there to go north of the border. And they're obviously, really beautiful places where you can go along to too.
Thank you. We've got a comment here as well. I've just had a look, and there is a local group in my own small town who put on events. So you don't have to be central to a big city or anything like that. Even the small towns have got local group events by the looks of things.
That's really good to hear, and that is the idea, that we've got somewhere you can go along that's not too far away from you. And look, this is the other thing as well. These are people that we hope you're going to get along with because they come from a similar sort of background of service and public service, and we hope that will give a good shared set of values and a kind of shared set of interests too. So yeah, it goes back to the fact that we're 100 years old and we were set up by a civil servant who wanted to spend more time with other civil servants, but in a kind of leisure-based way. So yeah, we're really proud of our heritage, and if that's a local group you can go along to, that's really brilliant. That's really heartening to hear that. So yeah, please do go along. All my experience with local groups has proved to me that they're really friendly and really, really welcoming. So I'm sure that will be mirrored in your experience if you go along and go and join whatever activities they're putting on. That's great to hear.
Excellent. We've got another question here. £68 per adult. Is there a family membership? And if so, how much for 2 adults and 2 children?
That's a really good question. So
Mhm.
I'm sort of half taking off my Boundless hat here, right? But I would say that one Boundless membership per household is probably enough, because it means you can buy tickets for everyone else in your family. So I don't think you'd need to necessarily have two Boundless members as in a family, because I think one person, for example, could use Taste Card to pay for the meal, could book the tickets when you go to the Tower of London, book the tickets when you go to Hampton Court, book the holiday with Eurocamp, and make all those savings. So whilst if I'm doing my hardcore sales, I'll be like, yeah, sign everyone up in the family, because I'm a family person myself. I would think it's sensible just probably to have one member in the family, and that person can use their membership to get all those discounts and all those savings that we offer. So I would say that probably one person per family is enough and can access most of the savings and the benefits that you would get. So yeah, that would be my kind of human answer to that, as a sort of someone who he's constantly thinking of like ways to entertain two young children, and
Mhm.
it's challenging because it can be going to the cinema can suddenly be £100, and so as an organization we try and push that price down. So Sunday afternoon and it's raining, we don't want going to the cinema to be prohibitive. We want it to be something that everyone can do. And so out comes Kids Pass, out comes Taste Card, and suddenly those prices that might have been prohibitive seem a little bit more accessible and a little bit more doable, and you've got a nice family day out rather than all being trapped inside in the rain. So yeah, I think that's the space that we're trying to help with there.
Yeah. The next one we have is Northern Ireland included, please?
Yes, it is. I should have mentioned that. My apologies there. There's lots of really good savings. We have, I say previously, still work with the health service in Northern Ireland, who've been really good to work with. And also, if you join Boundless Plus, you can go free to Hillsborough Castle as well. So you get all the places you would with, Taste Card and Kids Pass, all the cinemas, Cineworld, and all the places that you can go there. But yeah, definitely Hillsborough Castle is a place that you can go along to and take your family for free too. So we've got, it's not a huge number of members in Northern Ireland, but it's a significant number of members in Northern Ireland. And again, we do everything we can to bring down the cost of going out for our members there. And in the, and I say it's not strangely, but also in the Isle of Wight as well, we've got a good number of savings and discounts and deals there too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, fab. Thank you. The next thing we have is, where can I see which deals that are available before I join Boundless, i.e. the new car scheme by Griffin and the brands to choose from?
Yeah, so if you go to our savings pages, you can look at the organizations that we do discounts with, and what they change. There's some fluctuation there, so we don't always have them on our website, but I could probably ping. I've got an up-to-date list of savings. I could ping those over to Laura in terms of the percentage savings you could get if you signed up as well, if you're still keen in pursuing that. So yeah, I can provide that information. We just don't generally put it on the website, which I know can be a bit frustrating because people quite rightly want to know what they're going to get before they sign up. But I can provide that information. I can ping that over to Laura if that's wished for. The other thing I would say, Griffin is amazing. If you are in the market for looking for a new car, there are new car partners, and I think the average saving is something like £5,000 or £6,000 a year. For the car. So if you are thinking about buying a new car, it's definitely worth joining Boundless and looking at Griffin, because they've got some amazing discounts on the cars that they offer there too. So yeah, that's one to check out for sure if you're thinking about a new car.
Excellent, thank you. The next question that we have is, are there specific things that Boundless offer to help put my teeth in. Are there specific things that Boundless offer for help in well-being?
Well, yeah, I mean, I go back to what I said before. I hope we kind of tick some of the boxes with the NHS ways to well-being and the kind of pillars of well-being there. Certainly, physical activity, meeting other people, I think is kind of core to what we do. Trying to ease financial worries by having this toolkit of savings that you can use. So yeah, I think that there are kind of things that we can do as an organization. So yeah, I think we can help support that too. I'm quite happy to deliver sessions like this about well-being in the workplace as well. Hopefully that's been useful. I'm quite happy to do that again too. So and I just think as an organization, we are all about helping people come together and helping people enjoy themselves. And I think that adds to people's kind of holistic sense of well-being. I know that leisure time is very precious to people, and enjoying your time with your loved ones is really, really key. And I think as an organization, we work really hard to enable that and to enable it in a kind of cost-effective, value-added way too. So yeah, sorry, it's a bit of around the houses answer, but yeah, I hope so. I hope it's kind of evident today that we work really hard to provide lots of opportunities and savings and add value for our members.
Yeah. And I think in a roundabout sort of way, I mean, in the support that the charity itself gets from Boundless, I think you're helping us to do things for civil servants' well-being. So yeah,
and again, go back to the kind of bring it back round to, if you can sign up today, that's great, because we can make that £10 donation to the charity for civil servants, and they're really, really, really great organisation. I think the best place to help you if you're a civil servant, because they know their members so well, and they know the challenges that they face and the situations that they're in, and they're brilliantly equipped, I think, to help out. So yeah, I would say in that way too. So yeah.
We've got one more here. Let me see. So you confirmed Europe. What about outside of Europe and the UK, such as America? Is this something that Boundless would look at in future, if not?
Yeah, 100%. And another really good question. So we've got lots of good partnership organisations who offer cruises, who offer trips to America, to Canada as well, with really good savings attached to them too. So yeah, it'd be worth looking at our website for a bit more detail on those. Or you don't have to be a member to phone up our customer service team. And if you're interested in finding out a bit more about the savings you could get if you're thinking of going on a cruise to around Alaska or to Canada, or going on holiday to America, yeah, worth giving them a call. But we do have some really good travel partners. One name that jumps to mind is Barhead Travel, who we've worked with for a long time, who offer some really good discounts on cruises, and specialist holidays in America and Canada. So yeah, worth having a look at them, definitely.
Excellent, fab. We have got a comment here. Was getting distracted from the presentation. Yeah, I know how that goes. Now back to being in the moment. We'll be recharging batteries by joining Boundless to build up tolerance and resilience levels. Thank you.
Well, listen, you've heard me banging on for nearly an hour, so I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for your resilience there. Yeah, so well done, well done, everyone. And yeah, I just really appreciate the time. And again, that message of looking after yourself, I think it's really important. I know how, I know from my own personal lived experience, and from how hard my wife works and how hard my dad works, who are all in public service, that you have to look after yourself. And so anything we can do as an organisation to support that precious time with your families, with your loved ones, we'll do everything we can as an organisation. So we would genuinely love to have you. But I think just being mindful and looking after yourself, and having weeks like this to reflect on ways that you can do that and ways you can look after yourself. And if you need help, reaching out to the charity of civil servants is a great first step. But just being mindful that you're looking after yourself, because what you're doing is wonderful and rewarding, but it's not without its challenges, and it's testing times as well.
Yeah. We've got a personal one here for you, Pete. Where is your favourite place you've been with Boundless?
Oh, that's a great question. A Tower of London was amazing. My kids are not easily impressed, and they went there, and they were genuinely impressed by that. So the Crown Jewels and the tour with the Beefeater, and the Ravens, I thought that was brilliant. What was another really good one? We went to, this is a bit niche, but I'm a bit of a geek, so I really like Charles Dickens. So we had an event at Chatham Royal Historic Docks, and it was right in the middle of Charles Dickens' country. And to see, it's a really wonderful place. Like, really, the countryside around it's really atmospheric, but the actual docks are fascinating, really interesting. So yeah, I think that, and Tower of London. But sometimes as well, like, we've been to Wakehurst Place, which is in West Sussex, and we just went for a Sunday afternoon just as a sort of walk, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was autumn, and the leaves were changing color, and we just had a lovely, we didn't do anything particularly crazy, but we just went for a walk. But it was gorgeous. It's really a really beautiful place to go for an afternoon, and definitely this time of year, Kew as well. The fact that you can go to Kew for free, where normally it costs like 24-25 quid for an adult, that can be another day that's you think wouldn't be crazy expensive, but you take your family and it's over 100 quid. Well, it doesn't have to be, because you can go along, and it won't cost anything if you're a Boundless member. So yeah, I think Tower London, and Wakehurst Place are great as well. But then all the other times we've been to the cinema, or we've gone bowling, or we've popped out for like a pizza, just little things like that you maybe don't stand out as like epoch changing moments, but we wouldn't have done them if we weren't Boundless members, and the extra savings allowed us to do it. So yeah, little times like that as well. Also, sometimes when the kids drag us to shockingly awful films, and we swerve having to pay like 70 quid to go and see like some terrible kids film, it's always a bit of a relief. So yeah, but yeah, Tower of London, if you haven't been, or you went when you were a kid, it's amazing. It's really good. I'd recommend going. So yeah, Tower of London, Wakehurst, I think.
Okay. We've got another one, which is a similar vein. I mean, is she there in another room, Pete? Because the next question we have is, I was going to ask where Pete's wife's favourite disco day out was, and the kids.
I think she would probably say the Tower of London, because that was great. Where else does she enjoy? I mean, she likes countryside walks. We both got both quite into that. So yeah, Wakehurst is really great. It's in West Sussex. So that's a sort of family favourite that we go to. But yeah, probably I think Tower of London. Oh, another great one as well, actually. The Wetlands Centre in Arundel. She really liked that. That's really lovely. So Arundel's got like a beautiful castle. I think my kids thought that we were going to the place from Frozen, because that's called Arundel as well. So there weren't any like singing Scandinavian people or anything when we got there. But it was really good. It's like the Wetlands Centre in Arundel, they've got like huts and stuff, so you can see all the birds, and you can go in like canoes, and that was a really nice day out as well. So yeah, and then we just went for a little pot around the town. So yeah, just things like that. And again, you know, the savings are great. So yeah, I would say that. I don't want to speak for her though, but I think yeah, she probably enjoys the countryside experiences the most.
And Tower of the London for the kids, probably.
Tower of London for the kids,
Their
yeah,
favourite.
yeah, they love that. Like just the gore of the history and Henry VIII and his multiple wives and multiple weddings, and seeing the crown jewels. Yeah, it was great. It was really good. That was a really great experience. I definitely urge people to go along to that too. And Hampton Court is meant to be another really good living history experience too. So yeah, we're looking forward to going to that one. And
Fab. Oh, go on.
No, sorry, I saw that was one more question popped up there, maybe. But
there is. So how do you apply the savings? For example, Apple Store, do you get a code, or do you need to buy through the Boundless website?
So no, you don't need to buy through the Boundless website. We're trying to move so it's a bit more integrated, so you can use the Boundless application on your phone, and you can use that for shops and savings. We're not quite there yet, to be honest. So it's a bit of a mixed economy about how you get the savings, but for the most part, you would buy like an online card, and then you would get the savings off that, and then present that when you bought something. So that's how it works for the most part. So it's not too arduous. Like I use it quite a bit at Morrison's, and it's not that difficult to like just buy it, get the savings, and use your card. So yeah, we're getting to the point where it should all be coming off the app. And should run kind of quite seamlessly and in an integrated way there as well. So yeah, so that's where we're trying to get to. That's our destination with that.
Okay, now that's helpful. And they've got a question: are the National Trust Scotland ones free to the member and family, or just member with discounts?
So they are. I'm just trying to get this exactly right. Free to member and family. Yeah, so you can go along, and you can go along and take an adult with you for free, and you can take up. I think it's 5 children with you for free as well. So I should be completely 100% like transparent with this as well. With the WWT and with Q, you can take 5 children with you. It's a lot of children. It's quite a big number, and you take yourself and you're free, but it's 50% off for an adult as well. So still, it's still a massive saving if you look at that. So yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. And this is kind of more on a personal note. What is your top tip for looking after your well-being? What do you do yourself, Pete? What's your favourite for looking after your well-being?
So I mean, I did have quite a serious sort of mental health crisis just before I left teaching. So I do try and look after myself. I'm quite mindful of looking after myself sort of mentally and physically. But I try and start the day with reading a poem. Or just something that takes me out of myself. So just a moment of quiet reflection before jumping into the day. And I just think that taking 5 minutes at the start of your day to read something that means something to you, or just even just have 5 minutes quiet, or listening to a song or something that takes you out of yourself before you get into the kind of action of the day. For me, it's been really kind of massive in terms of my mental health. So I just think it's paying attention to how you're feeling and listening to how you're doing. And if you need to just carve out a little bit of time in your day, making sure you're kind enough to yourself to do that. I think that's really important.
Yeah, a poem isn't a common one we hear, but that is lovely. Yeah, that's probably an idea for myself as well. I might have to try that one, Pete. Thank you.
You can get a book of poetry which has like 1 poem for every day of the year. So I sometimes use that. Not every day, but yeah.
Good recommendation. Thank you. The next question that we have is, where are we now? Oh no, it's a comment. 2 trips to a wetland centre on your own and you've made your money back. Great. Okay, so there's another person doing the numbers and telling up and realizing it just makes solid sense to be a Boundless member.
Yes.
The next question we have is, same with historic royal places. Would my husband be able to get in with my membership?
Yes. So you could go along, you get a palace pass, and you can both go along and just go in absolutely free. So 100%, yeah, you can go along, you take your partner with you, and just get in there and enjoy it and make the most of it. Yeah, some really, really, really great days out to have in your back pocket. So yeah. Definitely.
Fab. And I'm getting messages from the studio that say they actually want to end on your poem point by the looks of things, Pete. And yeah, let's have that as a bit of a takeaway for today's session, everybody, because I think that is a really good tip from Pete there. So yeah, I think it just remains to say thank you very much for that, Pete. Thank you for answering so many questions for everybody as well. And yeah, I hope you continue to enjoy your Boundless adventures, and we have more people adventuring with you.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, come and be a fellow adventurer. We'd love that. We'd honestly, please do join. We'd love to have you as members, and as an organisation, work really hard to bring value to you. So, yeah, sign up and also make that really important donation to the charity for civil servants who've been kind enough to host us today and do so much good work. So, thanks, guys.